There we goes with the compliments of Frisco ice cream. Follow the snowman right to the delectable sweetness, greatness, treatiness of Frisco. What's up? What's not making any sense?
Well, I watched a bit more of that video. I haven't watched it all, but I watched
the whole thing.
Maybe 3/4 of the video on Eyewitness News. I would encourage anybody to go and listen to it, just from a human interest standpoint, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Here's a guy, 26 years, a teacher. Didn't take the vaccine for personal reasons. Said he did research on it. Didn't feel it was best for him.
Yeah.
Only then to, in a fairly kind of brutal way, find that he's lost his job.
According to the government, abandoned
his job, which he said he never did. He said he really discovered it when he went online to teach.
And his login didn't work.
And his login was deleted. He no longer existed. And he said he used to have a car. He and his son used to rent an apartment. And he had bought some lands which he was working in his spare time to do farming to supplement his income. When he was terminated, or according to the government, abandoned his job, which clearly he didn't abandon his job. He couldn't afford his apartment and basically built a
shanty,
6x8.
Yeah, 6x8
on the land that he had.
Wasn't it a 4x8 and then a 6x8?
Yeah, it was a 4. Yeah,
something like that. A little tiny structure, just big enough to put a mattress in, which is where he lived with his son.
Yeah.
And has
8 years old.
8 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, which is horrific. And then has slowly tried to increase the size of his living space.
Yeah. Bit by bit with materials.
But I mean, clearly didn't have windows, missing some doors on the extension part.
If it's one thing you can take away from the video is the determination to.
Yeah. Well, he said it. He said he had no choice. Huh?
Yeah.
He said he has to survive.
Yeah.
That's human instinct.
Yeah, human instinct. Has to do it for his son. But when you watch it, right, you really kind of realize the devastating impact of this decision that it had on certain people.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a guy, and presumably there's number of other people like him. He basically lost everything.
Yeah.
Starting fresh didn't just impact him, impacted his son. How many other people were affected like this? Why couldn't the government have reinstated them at the time, paid them half pay, whatever it is?
And he was teaching online.
And teaching online, yeah.
I mean, he said, I don't know if you got that far into the video.
I don't think I did. Yeah.
He said that he wouldn't have minded if the government said you're gonna be suspended without pay for like 6 months,
right?
Until
this blows
reassessed.
Over.
Yeah, and then reassess it. Said he wouldn't have even minded that, but nothing.
Gone.
If it was on a health ground, it should have been. Look, we don't think it's safe for you to be in the classroom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. One line. Yeah.
Morning.
Welcome back, Eyewitness News.
What?
Yo, this guy does kill me.
Weirdo.
I don't understand that.
Weirdo.
Welcome back.
Yeah, but it's kind of harrowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morning.
And Peter, we come put out this stripping is about the vaccine mandate don't affect people.
I think that's them trying to
downplay the seriousness of it.
Yeah, correct.
But no, and I go check a page of the Travis book. This is things NDP should be doing, interviewing people who have been affected and show people the real life reality of what this thing is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Me ball and me see this.
Yeah.
But hey, they'll love me foot at their neck like him and Star Radio.
It's rough, man. It's rough. When you watch it, it's it's tough.
Yeah.
You have all your income gone, and look, I could understand those parts of it, right? A lot of people went through that, but for most people, it was temporary. This weren't permanent decisions.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think of it this way until recently when somebody brought it up. They felt like a family member of theirs who passed away after. It might or might not be true. They feel like the vaccine
Played
contributed
a role.
to that, right? And then they said, look, how am I supposed to forget that? Now, even if the vaccine had nothing to do with it and it was just whatever complications they had, there are people who hold on to it. So to say that there are people out in St. Vincent that, it's the vaccine mandate thing is no longer an issue, it's probably disingenuous.
Yeah.
That's clearly Peter Wickham trying to project what they would like it to be.
Painting the narrative.
Remember, right? He's part pollster, part
Or steering the narrative.
yeah, correct.
Somebody says that interview had me crying. An next person says, Vinci people don't realize that we are the second poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. Only what in front of Haiti. There's no other nation poorer than us. Must be
I think in the Caribbean. I'm not sure about the Western
Hemisphere. Well, actually,
Think about it real hard, eh?
think about it.
Yeah, think about it
It's-
real. Because
it's-
I read it and I was like,
It's possible.
yeah,
Maybe.
only other
Maybe.
person behind me might be Haiti.
So
Yeah.
what
What did
why do you
what did Heavy say? Somebody had a video us.
Yeah.
why do you think the government
Oh boy.
didn't make it a temporary thing as opposed to a permanent thing?
Maybe it could have been a way for them to filter out people to install supporters.
Listen, man, I think at the time, I think as in hindsight, we could say maybe they should have done that. But at the time, we all were kind of looking for a solution for.
No, I don't have a problem with the government saying, because to me at the time, the evidence seemed to suggest that this thing is highly contagious. People were going to die and
Yeah.
action had to be taken. So I don't necessarily have an issue with the government deciding that to be in your workplace, you need the vaccine if you have to come in face-to-face contact.
But having the ability to work online
Yeah, that
should not warrant termination.
Yeah, but the online thing had its issues.
but I'm not even
Yeah, fine.
No,
Not
but
I understand. Not everybody had Wi-Fi. Certain kids had access to devices. Whatever the
No,
case
but
is.
I'm not even talking
Fine.
that. I'm not even talking.
Mm.
I'm saying, why didn't they take this as a temporary action? So the minute that the pandemic designation had passed,
Mhm.
you could regain your job.
everybody went back to normal.
Again, they saw the
right.
opportunity.
Why didn't they do that?
because you're probably gonna have to find teachers in the meantime to replace them. So now you might say, well, do these new teachers deserve a permanent spot?
Yeah, but you could have taken them on a temporary basis, right? You didn't have to take them on as permanent.
Why would you do that why would you reinstate people, right? When you could hire new people and make it look like, now you're indebted to me.
Well-
use the situation
well,
to
I
your
just
well-
want to say nobody's indebted to the government for a job.
Right.
Nobody.
And secondly,
That's not how the brush painting the picture, my boy.
so you're not in this situation now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I could understand the government's actions, and I personally supported if you felt that all the scientific evidence was saying
Yeah, of course.
it's unsafe for us to be in close proximity to one another, right? If that was what the science was telling us, then they had to do some action, right? And if they felt the safest way to have face-to-face interaction was having the vaccine mandate, cool.
Mhm.
I don't actually have a problem with any of that part. My problem is once the vaccine mandate part had passed, the pandemic had passed, or we realized that people weren't dying and our hospitals weren't being overloaded how it was projected.
Or a third option would have been fess up to it and say that you have terminated people and pay them their benefits.
Yeah.
Right.
And not say
Yeah.
that they abandon their jobs.
Yeah.
Because leaving with nothing is
Is
a whole-
outrageous.
is a whole
26 years
different
is
thing.
outrageous. Yeah. So I don't understand why the government didn't do any of those more humane options.
right. take a call. Morning. Okay, that next one. Morning.
As you say, if they wanted to terminate them, if that really was your policy, look, it's not safe for you to be here. You don't want to do a thing. We're gonna have to terminate you.
Here are
All
your
right,
benefits.
That would have been harsh, but here's your pension. Here's your this.
yeah.
Here's your that. Here's your. You know what I mean?
Don't leave you with nothing.
Right.
Yeah. And later on, as the evidence changes or the story changes, rehire.
Yeah.
Because these are qualified people.
Morning.
Why not go back to somebody who's
Morning.
taught for 26 years?
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Look, they're not human because they don't know what it means to be a human being. They don't feel, they don't empathize, they don't sympathize with the common man. It's all about self. You understand?
Yeah, but what
So
were they hoping to gain by it though?
Well, I don't know.
Were they
Only-
trying to
only
save
could answer
money?
that.
Were they trying to?
No, I think they're just trying to say, listen, it's my way or the highway. That was it. Like, this is, I am the man who making the decisions. I'm not taking anybody's advice. I am not going to do my own research. I am just, this is my way. You understand? And now you see it in the news. You see it from the same vaccine companies who say, well, look, we got this wrong. But yet, you're still doubling down. Why?
Well, I don't think. First off, I don't think anybody's saying the vaccine people are saying they got it wrong. I don't actually agree with that narrative. But the narrative that the thing has passed and
We're seeing a better way out now.
right.
We could bring back in the people we let go.
Why were we so harsh on those people?
All right. Morning.
Yeah, remember the fellas,
Mhm.
money was being passed or paid out to countries that took the mandate for the vaccine. So when we put pressure on the people to take it, it's either my way or your way. And if it's your way, you have to go home.
But who got the money?
All right? The government.
All right. All I'm saying is, from my perspective, it looked like the pandemic was used as a tool to
enact something.
enact, I think, a tighter grip around the populace.
Knee on your throat type
Yeah.
of thing.
We use the vacancies as chess pieces to move in our supporters.
Or was
So
it
it
just
would
a
make them
straight
seem-
power play? I'm the power here.
It's always been that. So
Oh man, it was a tough decision that had to be made. Maybe they've overextended their hand.
nah.
No, I understand that the tough decision in terms of
In the
Of-
initial
of-
beginning.
of not wanting unvaccinated people around,
Vaccinated people.
or you know what I mean, or spreading it, trying to curtail the spread. I understand that part of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand the need to be the vindictive part though.
Right?
What do
Morning.
you mean? That's how the game works.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes. The harsh reality is, I think one caller puts it this way, that the whole issue about this mandate is that these people would have abandoned their job, which they didn't. And you fire them, you give them a dismissal letter, you didn't give them any benefits, and now you come back and said they will still vote for you. Secondly, you also reach to the point where you're telling Vincentian that despite the fact that these people would have been fired and they're going to come back to you, that it isn't a problem. Peter Wickham would have stated that it wouldn't be a big issue coming this election, but I dismiss that whole idea for the main fact that the messaging wasn't really there. And I think now that we see one person came forward and speak out their story, that
We're going to
we
see
hope
more.
that other persons,
I
yes,
believe so.
going to come forward. Other person's going to come forward, and the messaging is really going to have some traction.
Wow.
All right. There we
All
go.
right. Thank you, caller.
It's with compliments of Frisco ice cream. I guess the question of the day is
That making any sense? That making any sense?